This is the Uptick Newswire Stock Day podcast, sponsored by InvestorsHangout.com. Subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube to stay up to date on penny stock news and interviews, public information on OTC, pink sheets, and microcap stocks from around the world, with your host, Everett Jolly.
On today's show, we have a returning guest, and I'm super excited to have him back. They were at one of our big shindigs, if you will, the UPI Awards, and they won for the best instruments. We're talking no other than Pro-Dex Inc. What they are, they design and develop manufactured-powered surgical and dental instruments for scientific research industries worldwide. Trade on the NASDAQ, ticker symbol PDEX. And with us today is the CEO of the company, Rick Van Kirk. Rick, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity.
You know, how is the release of your new Pro-Dex branded product coming along, and do you plan to develop any more of the Pro-Dex products?
It's coming along very well. We are looking forward to the release of the product in the coming weeks. We're excited with the test results. We are already lining up customer demands and really anxious to get this out in the field in the summer so people can see it. And we're really proud of what they're going to be able to use in the operating rooms. It'll improve some surgeries, make doctors really happy, and make our customers really happy too. We're so pleased with the progress with this product that, to answer the second part of your question, yes, we are going to actually release 2 more Pro-Dex branded products. We're in the early stages of development with both of them. Both of them have some strong customer interests that give us confidence that there'll be a good home for them as well. And we're going to continue to leverage the technologies we developed the last couple of years and really kind of grow our place in the market.
You know, last year you guys did about $21 million in revenue. $5 million of that was profitable. In your second quarter here, just kind of want to talk about your results. We're already in the second quarter. I think you did $5.5 million in revenue. Do you have any comments of where we're at and how the revenues came in?
Yes, we're consistently running at the $5.5 million level now, which is what we had planned for a while. You know, our sales cycle is quite long, so incremental increases in sales will happen over months. But we're pleased with those results. They combined with our improved processes in the shop, we're keeping costs down and margins up, staying profitable, and we're using that money to reinvest in the business, which excites us because we do like what we're seeing with some of the Pro-Dex products that we're putting together for people.
You know, break it down for my listeners, if you will, you know, versus international sales versus domestic sales. How are the sales that way, if you could break it down for us?
And they're largely domestic, and we're taking steps to change that, if you will. One of our products now, we're going through a lot of regulatory qualifications, if you will, so it can be shipped outside the United States. So there's the compliance issues that you have to do that are different for different countries, and we're working through those. But the other thing that we're doing is a lot of our products are powered by batteries. And in Europe in particular, the cost per use of these batteries seems to be pretty high for their taste. So we're developing technologies in terms of reusable batteries and things like that reduce the cost per use, which, you know, once all the compliance issues are conquered, it's a much more attractive product also overseas. So we're doing some things to change that mix. So we're shipping these things all over the world instead of primarily in the U.S.
It seems like qualifications and getting something through is a lot easier through the European market than it is through the FDA. Is that true?
It can be. It maybe depends on the product and the use. It's if you do the right things and document things appropriately, you can pretty much qualify your product where you need to. But it is time consuming, and it's nice to have a customer that partners up and helps you with the process to help it go a little bit quicker. So we're doing that as well. It's just a matter of following the rules and doing the right things, and ultimately you can get these things qualified.
Our guest today is Rick Van Kirk. He is the CEO of Pro-Dex Inc. They trade on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol PDEX. Last time they were on our show, their stock was around $6.50. Now it's trading at $6.85. Their float's really small at $2.62 million. Rick, let me ask you this. Do you have any news regarding your satellite division?
Yeah, I do. Thanks for asking. When we spoke last, you'd asked about our fine line division, does tooling for injection molding, and we had mentioned at the time that, you know, we were struggling to really learn that business and do a good job of managing it. It really wasn't part of our core, and we need to educate ourselves. We've since the last time we spoke ever, we've pretty much decided here that we're not going to get very good at that. That's not a core part of our business, and so we have decided to sell off that division. It's in escrow right now, as a matter of fact, with a nice group of folks that have been involved with the company before. We hope the sale goes through. We wish them very well. They're great folks. But it'll be a matter of us really, again, wanting to focus on the core medical device business here, and in terms of our attention, our resources, people, equipment. That part of the business is going very well. It's a part of the business we know very well, and it just makes sense to kind of direct all our efforts that way, and then wish the folks that follow very well and try to help them get off to a good start in their new lives.
Rick, let me ask you this. I'm looking at your numbers. Your first quarter of 2018, like you said, was around 5.2 million. Second quarter, 5.5. It seems like you guys are stuck in that little rut of 5.1 million to 5.5. And so my question is, for you guys to sustain any kind of growth, are you looking at any M&A possibilities?
Not in particular right now. The best word to describe us in that regard is opportunistic. If something comes our way that looks like it's a good fit strategically and a good business to get involved with, we would look at that. But we're not actively searching for that now. Years ago we did, when we were early stages of the turnaround and we were facing long sales cycles. We were looking for small businesses to kind of bolt on and inject some revenue and cash flow to help us get over the hump, if you will. Now with some of the success we're having with the medical device, the core business, the technology we're working on, we're really focusing on that. But we do have a strong balance sheet, as you know, and we are capable of reacting to a good opportunity in that area, so I do not want to rule it out.
The company that we're highlighting today is ProDex Inc., trade on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol PDEX. Rick, in closing, is there anything that we didn't get a chance to touch upon that you would like to illustrate to my listeners out there?
Well, we touched on a lot of the key things. Again, I would just like to thank people for their support of ProDex. We like to think we're doing a good job for everyone out there. I'm excited about the prospects with not only the new product we'll be sending out in the field in the next several weeks, but adding to the list of the product catalog, if you will. We're able to reinvest and really grow this thing, and I think people will enjoy coming along for the ride. And again, I want to thank you and the listeners and anyone else that's been supportive of ProDex. We really appreciate that.
ProDex has been our company that we're highlighting today here on Stock Day. Rick, I want to thank you for coming back on the show. Hopefully you'll come back on in about 40 or 50 days and give us all an update.
I'd love to. I look forward to that. Thanks very much.
This program is entirely sponsored and produced by Uptick Newswire, LLC, which is responsible for the content. The opinions and information provided on this program are those of the guests and those of the respective companies they represent, and do not necessarily reflect those of the staff or management of Uptick Newswire. Uptick Newswire encourages all listeners of this program to do their due diligence and research when determining investment strategies that will work for them, or to seek the assistance of an investment professional. The guests of this program may have paid for its distribution and are not directly affiliated with Uptick Newswire or this station.